What's going on, everybody? It's Johnny Venezia from RotoWire. We're back again with another video. But today, instead of doing players that I think are panicking or we need to be panicking about, we're going to go the opposite way. We're going to do 5 pitchers that I think are skyrocketing to start the 2025 season. Let's get right into it. Number 1, downtown Hunter Brown. This was a guy that I highlighted in one of my RotoWire preseason articles as a legitimate AL Cy Young contender in the 25-1 range. He has since come down to 10-1. He blossomed at the end of last year, and I felt like he was going to carry that into 2025. Not just do well, but most likely usurp the ace role from Framber Valdez, and I think he's well on his way to doing that. He's been marvelous this year. A 1.16 ERA, 31 K to 6 walk ratio. He's got 24 scoreless innings and working right now. A 1.63 OBA. But why is Hunter Brown done so well this year? What's been the big difference? The sinker he added last year, he's starting to perfect this year. It's been the X factor pitch. It's a 24.6 whiff rate compared to a 1.6 whiff rate last year. I think Hunter Brown's going to continue to deal. This is a guy that we're firmly going to see in the mix to be as an AL Cy Young contender by the end of the season if he stays healthy and keeps this up. So if you don't have Hunter Brown, I would strongly advise trying to go get him before somebody realizes what kind of gold mine they have on their hands. This guy is a legit stud, and looking forward to watching him the rest of this year. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, high international prospect from Japan that the Dodgers got last year. Got hurt, had some issues to start, but in the playoffs he looked good, and he's coming back with a vengeance in 2025. He's got a 0.93 ERA, 38 Ks to 7 walks. The splitter's been devastating for him. It's a 51.4% whiff rate when it was only 38.6 last year. He's got 3 straight scoreless starts to go. And in terms of Yamamoto, we know he's going to get the run support as a Dodger, so a lot of wins are in play. And the fact is he's got a good defense behind him. I think Yamamoto, if he's able to stay healthy, this might be a guy that we're really going to see be in the NL Cy Young conversation mix. He's down to 4-1 right now. So if you really look at the Cy Young race in the National League, so far it's really between Paul Skeens, Yamamoto, Hunter Green, and another guy we're going to get into in just a moment, as well as Zach Wheeler, Christopher Sanchez maybe. So it's a really intriguing race, and Yamamoto, if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's definitely going to be there at the end. I strongly suggest if you have him, obviously hold on to him, especially if you're in a dynasty league. Trading for him at this point, where a lot of people know more about him, will be difficult. I think this is a guy that's destined to continue to skyrocket, especially considering the team he's on. If you enjoy these videos, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And right now, RotoWire is going to give you 15% off of any product on rotowire.com. That includes our top 400 prospect rankings, prop picker tool, and access to experts for those very difficult start-sit decisions. Use code ROTO15 at checkout. Also included is Johnny VTV's personal column of college baseball picks, which we're on an absolute heater right now, by the way. College baseball is humming in 2025. For yours truly. And we're back here dishing out the top 5 pitchers that I think are skyrocketing right now and that you need to take a piece. That continues with Jesús Luzardo. Jesús Luzardo has been very interesting because he's always had this high variance to him, and when it's cooking, it looks good. And it was a down year last year. I think Luzardo was just mentally exhausted pitching in Miami, just a bad club. The organization definitely needed a retool, but when he was in Oakland a couple of years ago, we saw what Luzardo was capable of. He was a 200-plus strikeout pitcher, and coming into the year, I was really high on him. I actually took a piece in him, very small, to lead the league in strikeouts at 150-1, because I personally felt if everything, came together for him, then he was going to have an opportunity to get back into the 220s, possibly 230s this year, and maybe even better. And honestly, Luzardo's been awesome to start 25. He's got a 2.08 ERA, 36 Ks to 7 walk, in just 30.1 innings. innings, but it's the slider and now the sweeper that's really doing him justice this year. The slider's a 51.5% whiff rate, which is off the charts. It was 48% last year, but now he's got a sweeper, which is at 46.9% whiff. The new pitch has a 40% put away rate, which is 10% higher than any other pitch he has, which does include that slider. So Luzardo looks like he's finally found his calling here in Philadelphia, picking up a new pitch that's a complete X factor and is neutralizing opposing offenses. And even though Philadelphia has arguably the best rotation in baseball, I think that's going to help Luzardo in the long run because he gets to learn and bounce ideas off of guys like Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, now Christopher Sanchez. So definitely somebody that is not probably as high on a lot of fantasy managers' lists, but this is a player I believe is going to continue his trajectory, especially if he stays healthy. We're looking at a brand new, rejuvenated Jesús Luzardo this year. Spencer Schwellenbach. This is a guy I gave out as my NL Cy Young winner at 35-1 on my RotoWire preseason articles. And, listen, everybody was chasing the Paul Skeens Cy Young race. And it's unfortunate because I had him last year NL Rookie of the Year, and I bet him before the preseason. I gave him out on my column on this site as well. But when you do so well and you don't win the Cy Young, then all of a sudden the next year he's a huge favorite. Everybody knows about him. There's no surprise. Then you're no longer ever going to get a good number to bet on Paul Skeens again. So while everybody's saying Skeens is going to be a guy that wins the Cy Young in his first full season, second season in general in the majors, people were forgetting about Schwellenbach, who's trying to do the exact same thing as he only had 21 starts last year. And he's off to a terrific start as well. A 2.56 ERA, 0.92 whip, 27 Ks to 5 walks in 31.2 innings. But the fastball's up 9% in whiff rate from last year, and the sinker is up 15%. So he's really using those two pitches to generate a lot of outs. Now, the difference between Schwellenbach and some of these other pitchers is he's not a huge strikeout guy. He's probably, at least not in this point in his career, going to be a 11.5 K through 9 guy, but I don't think that matters. If he's throwing 180 innings and getting you 190, 200 strikeouts, that's pretty good considering he's likely to be a 2.2 ERA guy. I definitely think Schwellenbach's going to have a case to be a Cy Young contender this year, and you could still get a decent number at 12-1 on him. He had an okay start that kind of knocked him off the invincibility train, if you will. 5 1/3, 3 earned, I believe, last week. So I think Schwellenbach is going to be a big player in 2025, especially now. Spencer Strider went back on the IL. Chris Sale's struggling. So he's really the guy that they have. And I think they're going to continue to ride him as the de facto ace for now. Last but not least, let's go to a guy that has been killing it quietly. Nathan Eovaldi from the Texas Rangers. A 2.64 ERA, 0.75 whip, 31 Ks to 2 walks in 30.2 innings. Impeccable command from Eovaldi right now. That's what's really helped him secure himself as one of the better pitchers in the MLB this year, is not giving out those free passes. We see so many times in baseball when a pitcher gives out free passes, it almost always comes back to bite you. Eovaldi's not been doing that, and it's great because he's playing in a hitter's park. He's got a pitcher's park, down in Texas. He's got a great defense behind him. The Rangers offense is going to wake up, so he's going to get a lot more wins. And this Texas team has been dying for legitimate pitching, and it looks like Eovaldi has been evolving into that ace. The curveball has been the big thing, though. It's a 47.2% whiff rate, which was 35.5% last year. And batters are only hitting 0.95 against that curveball. It's been so money. And, listen, Eovaldi already thrown a complete game shutty at Cincinnati earlier this year. And I think he's going to continue to dominate down in Texas as the one true consistent arm that they have at this very moment. So if Eovaldi's still available in your leagues, definitely go get him. Although I don't know how available he's going to be in free agency or the waiver wire, but this is somebody I would definitely go try and make a trade for, especially if you're in a dynasty league where you can trade keepers for draft picks. I would look to be getting Eovaldi earlier rather than later because I think his value is only going to continue to skyrocket.